So, will owning point 0.1 Bitcoin make you rich? I suppose that's kind of a relative question. Mostly, I'd say it depends on what your idea of rich would be considered. Are you going to be able to own a yacht? Probably not, dude. You're going to need to buy into some of these altcoins that'll 50 or 100x to be able to get lucky enough to get to that point. Or you can create a business and produce cash flow by doing that. And day trading, you're probably not going to, there's a strong chance you're not going to be able to get to something like that. You need to build multiple sources of income. Day trading can be a source of income. I do not recommend, though, day trading Bitcoin or most other cryptocurrencies, and then I will get into that later on in this video. But fundamentally, just by buying 0.1 Bitcoin, you can fundamentally be wealthier in Bitcoin relative to most other people on the planet. So there mathematically cannot be one whole Bitcoin for each person. And this makes sense, obviously, because currently I'm going to say one Bitcoin as I'm making this video is at around 90 to 95 grand. So most people that have 90 to 95 grand to fork over are in a small minority. And if they have that much money to fork over, they might not even be doing it into Bitcoin. If you get into trading or investing as far as crypto is concerned, buying onto it and holding onto it for a year and a half plus is a relative safer option compared to Ethereum or smaller cap altcoins that have a tendency to heavily fluctuate. So yeah, if you have a smaller amount of capital, or if you really just, I'm going to say, feel like gambling, if you want to put in a high wedge bet into something, then yeah, go with Ethereum, go with some of the smaller cap altcoins. But I'm not talking about, trying to get rich quick, because like I said earlier, rich is a relative idea. Are you trying to pay off your debt? You might want to pay your debt off first before doing some of this shit, man. Or are you trying to just buy a house so that you can live relatively free for most of your adult life? But as far as the time frame of Bitcoin's value concerned, to really make something like this true, I'm going to say minimum it'd have to be close to, around $500,000 if you're owning 0.1 Bitcoin, that is. Because, a car that's going to be able to finance a car, maybe, or if you have children enough, unfortunately, I don't have children, thank God, maybe you can pay for their university or something. But to create some kind of legitimate wealth, it's going to need to pass the $500,000 mark. And I'm not seeing that happen any point soon. But to an extent, that is kind of a good thing, because that means that you have more time to accumulate 0.1. And, even if you save up enough money to do this over the course of a year, and that's just your HODL portfolio, consider yourself fortunate, because not everyone's going to be able to do that in their entire life. Some people won't be able to do it, period. Now, this, of course, isn't taking into consideration inflation or other factors such as taxes, obviously, which you don't have to pay for until you actually sell the Bitcoin. But as far as like long-term investing, it is more ideal. Like I said, if you're a day trader, most people that I know that have been day trading for 10 plus years, such as myself, you're not really looking into cryptocurrencies or even Bitcoin, because the main reason why is because you have a short period of time, a very narrow window of opportunity open to where you can actually make a significant amount of money. It's not really reliable in terms of generating cash flow on a weekly or a monthly basis. That's why you want to go with futures or options or Forex. I went from Forex, and now I also trade futures as well. And I do a little bit of cryptocurrency here and there. So yeah, you kind of do need to consider doing some kind of like a HODL portfolio. But of course, there are risks involved with Bitcoin and wealth creation. There are risks involved with anything. There's a risk involved if you choose to have one source of income from what most people would consider their job. So ideally, you want to create multiple sources of income. You can do this by day trading on top of other things, by creating a YouTube channel or other online businesses. You definitely do not want to just rely on day trading as your only source of income, because what happens is if you run into a bad week or a bad month of trading, then you have negative cash flow, and that's not including some of your expenses that you're going to have to pay for. But I would say, as far as risks are considered, if you're getting into cryptocurrency, yes, Bitcoin might be a viable option. So what should you know before buying Bitcoin to reach this goal? Well, if you don't know what it is, what rock have you been hiding underneath? Maybe go to a Wikipedia page or bitcoin.org or something. Go on there, or some of these YouTubers will be able to tell you what it is. It's an asset. It can help you make money, but be smart about it. Don't be gambling. No high leverage 50 or 100x trading on these platforms, because at that point you are gambling. So as far as a realistic claim is considered, I would say, several years. I mean, think about it. Are you going to be able to create wealth like this, or the type of wealth that Bitcoin has already created and continues to create from the S&P index, or one of these, even like some of these stock prices, man? It's gonna take decades to create legitimate types of wealth compared to what Bitcoin has already created. So yeah, it might take a little bit of time. If you don't have a lot of cash flow, you need to increase your cash flow. Your income is the most significant wealth building tool that you have available. So find a second job, create an online business, create multiple sources of income so that you have disposable income and that you can buy Bitcoin. At that point, then yeah, trading is a better option. Buying Bitcoin is a better option. So yeah, if you guys have 0.1 Bitcoin, well, don't tell me about it in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section. If you have any help, or if you need help on anything with day trading or investing or just anything in general, if you have any questions that you'd like to have answers, go ahead and drop it down below. You guys stay safe out there. Peace.